So you want to reach more people on Facebook, but you're not ready to commit to learning Facebook Ads Manager or Power Editor, and you're not going to hire an agency like the one that I work for to do it for you. Well, today we'll run through the basics of boosting a Facebook post to reach more people, and you can even have it show up on Instagram, all right? Let me show you how. What's up, busy business owners? Welcome to 5-Minute Social Media, where busy business owners get together to rock their social media marketing without wasting a bunch of time that we don't have. My name is Jerry Potter, and today we're going to run through how to boost a post on Facebook and have it show up on Instagram as well if you want. By the end of this video, you'll know the basics for boosting on Facebook, and these are some of the same best practices that I use for agency clients. First, let me start off with why you shouldn't boost on Facebook. Don't boost on Facebook for your own ego. Okay? There is not a whole lot of value other than your self-esteem in going, oh hey, I got 21 likes or I got 200 likes on this Facebook post. If you didn't make any money off it for your business, it didn't lead to anything, then what's the point? But here are 2 reasons that you should boost your Facebook post. 1, if you're doing it for another client, you might do it for their ego to make them feel good about things like that. And also you should boost your Facebook posts if you can make money because you can target people that will hire you or buy your product or whatever it might be. So let me jump on my computer and we'll learn how to boost a Facebook post. All right, I'm going to show you on my made-up IT company here, Doggone IT. You can go through and choose the post that you want to boost. Now, depending on the type of post that you boost, you'll have different objective options. So go to any post. We'll take this one right here. Click Boost Post. The first thing you're going to see is objective. What results would you like from this post? Now, it's guessing that we want website visits because this is a link to a website. You can also go through and hit change. Instead, you can go for engagement, which would be reactions, comments, and shares, or messages. Those are other options there. If you were to boost a video post, for example, like this one, then you might have the option to do video views. So depending on the type of content you are posting, Facebook is going to want to know what your goal is because they have smart algorithms and they'll be able to help you reach it better than you will on your own. So take advantage of that. Make sure you have the right goal selected, the right objective. Just below that, you can choose if you want to have a button on your post. I really enjoy this because, for example, here's this video, and I don't have a link here, but let's say I wanted to add a link. Let's say this is a video for a keyboarding software that teaches you how to type, for example. Then I could actually choose Shop Now or Sign Up. Maybe it's a live class, I don't know. So you choose that, and then you put the link down here, and then they add that in there, and that way you don't have to have a clunky looking link up here in the caption. So, okay, this next part, this is where it gets good. This is where you choose targeting. Odds are your customer is not everybody. Odds are you have a very specific customer. What you want to do is click on Create New Audience, and this is going to open up this whole thing. So let's call it, for this company, okay, do I want to target men or do I want to target women or do I want to target both? I'm going to go ahead and say all. Let's say this IT company is targeting an older clientele that maybe doesn't know computers as well. If they are a local company in Seattle, like they are, this is where you would choose your location. By default here, it's giving me the entire state of Washington. But seeing as this fake company is here in Seattle, we're probably not going to drive over to Spokane just to fix somebody's PC and tell them to plug it back in and restart it. So what you want to do is add location. So I can say Seattle to start. I can choose Seattle, Washington, United States. By default, it's going to give me a 25-mile radius around Seattle. That is very big, depending on what your business is. So if you want, you can shrink it down to 10 miles, and it'll show you how big that is. Also down here, it'll tell you the potential audience size. So this number down here will change as you change your targeting. Maybe this is way too big anyway. For example, maybe you are a local cafe here and you don't assume people over here on the island are going to take a ferry over just to go to your cafe or your little coffee shop. In that case, what you would do is you can actually just type in zip codes that you want to target. So I want 98101, 98103, 98105. So what that does is it's going to basically select these specific zip codes that you want to target, and that way you can get a little bit more hyper-local. Now you'll notice down here when I just did those 3 zip codes, it says your audience selection is too specific for your ads to be shown. Try making it broader. So we're down to 14,000 people potentially. So maybe I'm going to go back up here then and say, okay, let's start at 55 to 65. And now I'm up to 21,000 people. Facebook's still saying it's too specific. You can still boost to those people. You just kind of have to decide. Maybe I'll say 50 to 65. Now I'm up to 30,000 people. Maybe I want to add a couple of more zip codes in here as well. Next up, you can target people by their interests. You'll see here, because this is an IT company called Doggone IT, it put in pets and dogs. Obviously, I am not targeting that at all. But let's say it was your coffee shop. So let's see, you want somebody that wants coffee. You click on coffee. You can choose coffee as an interest, as a behavior. An interest is somebody who posts about coffee or is a fan of some coffee pages. Behavior is somebody that appears to actually buy or consume coffee. You also have coffee employers. So whatever you type in, there's going to be all these different options, and you can customize it just the way you want. So I'm going to go ahead and choose interests, and let's go ahead and go back, type coffee in again, and behaviors as well. Now I want to add some more interests. Maybe I want people who are used to paying more for coffee, so maybe I want to target people who like alcohol. So you can add whatever you want in here. Just know that it only requires one of these interests to target somebody. So if you put in 20 different things and one of them is super random, they're going to show it to people who only like that one thing, and that may not be what you want. So just keep that in mind. You can also click on suggestions, and based on what you've already typed in, it will give you some more suggestions there. So you decide if your audience size is big enough or not. Facebook is going to give you their recommendation as well. Once you're done, hit save. Now you have your audience here that we'd saved. You see this little box here. It says run promotion on audience network. Facebook's audience network is basically, will put your boosted post or your ad out onto all kinds of different websites. I usually don't check that just because I don't like not knowing where it's going to be. So I usually uncheck that, but you can certainly experiment with it if you'd like. Next is your budget. This is your total budget. The minimum budget is $1 per day. So you got to put in at least $1. So if you wanted to run this for 7 days, for example, this would have to be at least $7. If I put in $5, it'll say, nope, stop being a cheapo. Put in $7, now we're okay. Now up to you, obviously, how much you are going to spend. A lot of people believe anything less than $10 a day, you're really not reaching too many people, but you can experiment and figure out what works for you. These are just preset buttons for 1 day, 7 days, or 14 days. You can also just go down and just put the end date of your ad, and that will determine the number of days that way. You may also then have to go back up and make sure your budget is high enough for that number of days. Your payment method, if you haven't inserted it, you'll put it in down here. I've already got a payment method down here. Once you're done, one more thing you can do over here. This is showing you different ways you're going to see it. So this is how it's going to look on the news feed on somebody's computer. Click on mobile. This is how it'll look on mobile. Always click on mobile, because probably 80% of people are going to see it on a mobile device. So you want to make sure this looks the way that you want it to look. Okay? And then this is also up here as an in-stream video if you wanted to see that. So make sure to look at it at least on any platforms that you know it's going to show up on. When you're done, hit boost and you're all set. One more option that you'll have, if you have a photograph that you're boosting, you'll see over on the left here the option to run the promotion on Instagram. That means it'll show your post on Instagram with some of your paid reach as well. Make sure you click up here on Instagram just so you see how it's going to look, because things look very different on Instagram than they do on Facebook. So here it is on a mobile device on Facebook, big caption on top, photo below. On Instagram, here's the photo, and there's part of the caption down here, and then somebody has to click more to read more. So just don't waste money on Instagram if your post doesn't look as good as it possibly can on Instagram. So that's basic boosting. If you do want to do more advanced targeting and be able to start things at a certain time of day and end at a certain time of day, there's all kinds of other tools. You can move on from this to learn Facebook Ads Manager or Facebook Power Editor, but it's definitely a lot more complex. This is a simple way to reach more people for your brand or business on Facebook. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at 5minutesocialmedia.com or leave them in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, hey, give it a like, leave me a comment down below, let me know that you watched, say hello, and consider subscribing. Hit that bell so you get a notification when we post a new video, and consider supporting not only myself, but my two tiny superheroes at home. Thank you for watching 5 Minute Social Media.